In today's news, Tiffany Scatliff to act as DPP head.
Intercaribbean launches direct flights from Tortola to Punta Cana.
600 acres of Beef Island land to be developed.
Department of Waste Management completes a territory-wide cleanup.
Isabella Moore is to be rebuilt via a private donor.
And experts fear the worst as volcano erupts in the Philippines. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media at cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
When you need to stay connected with friends and families at home or abroad, the best choice for you is Freedom. CCT Freedom. With the lowest rates in the market, our Freedom plan gives you unlimited calls and texting. Plus, our Freedom One package includes 10 gigabits of super fast, unlimited LTE data and unlimited calls to the BVI, USA, USVI, Canada, Puerto Rico, and UK lines. Why pay for overages when you can enjoy CCT Freedom? Stop by at one of our stores today and speak with one of our representatives to find out more about our CCT Freedom packages.
Welcome, everybody. It's Tuesday, January 14th, 2020. It's a wet one, that is, but still a beautiful Tuesday in the beautiful British Virgin Islands. I'm Ron Grant.
And I am Javon Wilson. Now, viewers, that's Tuesday, the 14th, but
The
tomorrow,
14th.
January
It's a big
the 15th.
day for us, guys.
Huge day for 284 Media as we
Indeed.
continue to cement our place in the British Virgin Islands, of course, revolutionizing the
News,
media
yes.
industry. Tomorrow, viewers, we are going live from our 284 Media website. This means we'll be streaming live all of our content, our news
Go
features.
directly to us.
All that traffic will be redirected to 284media.com, and you can also connect through
284news.com.
284news.com. So viewers, again, from tomorrow we'll be streaming live from our 284 Media website. We want you to continue to join us and
Yes.
support the journey, of course.
And thank you
In
for
a-
taking this journey with us. Yeah.
Absolutely. And in addition to that, of course, articles as well, not just our video content. So just a diversity of information at your fingertips. We're moving on up.
Indeed.
And you're moving
And we're still
with us.
honest and impartial, absolutely. Topping our newscast today, Mrs. Tiffany Scatliff Esprit, Principal Crown Counsel in the Office of the Director of Prosecutions, has been appointed to act in the post of Director of Public Prosecutions since December 14, 2019. Scatliff's appointment came after Ms. Kim Hollis, QC, former DPP, resigned in the late 2019. Her appointment is set to be until the formal recruitment process for the post of Director of Public Prosecutions is filled. Scatliff was called to the Bar of England and Wales in 2005 and the Bar of the Virgin Islands in 2006. She was inducted into the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators in 2015 and received her Master of Law from the University of Liverpool 2017. She received a Diploma in Human Resources Management, Professional Certificate in Human Resources Management, and Diploma in Workforce Management and Development from Michigan State University in April 2019. Now, the Director of the Public Prosecution serves as the Principal Prosecutor in the Virgin Islands as established by the Constitution and has the overall responsibility for all aspects of criminal proceedings and management of the day-to-day administration and activities of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. The Director is responsible for liaising with the Governor, Commissioner of Police, and other institutions on criminal matters and managing all summary, court, high court, Court of Appeal, and Privy Council matters. Jovan, we have not seen a local in this position. Now, of course, Ms. Esprit is just acting, but I think it's almost like a good, I hate to use the word job training experience
Yes.
because I've used it before,
Right.
but it is an opportunity for locals within the legal profession that work for the state
Yes.
to show forth their expertise, and Ms. Scatliff has been one who's been serving in this capacity for a very long time and supporting the DPP, so we wish her all the best even though she's acting.
It's all about capacity building, like you said.
Absolutely.
And it's, again, very refreshing to see a local servant in this capacity based on her accolades and her achievements.
Yeah.
Clearly, she's well qualified for the post. And so we just want to wish her well. Big responsibilities.
Indeed, and perhaps one of these days we might see a local actually confirmed in that position. You never know.
Absolutely. Big responsibilities, but we have high hopes that she
Of course.
will deliver stalwart representation. Viewers, we are moving along. Now, beginning tomorrow, that's January 15th, we can head to Punta Cana
right now.
straight from Tortola. Intercaribbean will now afford BVI residents the opportunity to fly directly to Punta Cana in the Eastern Dominican Republic. The new route will not only connect the USA, Canada, South America, and Europe to the BVI, but it also provides an avenue for Dominicans to hop over and indulge in our shores. We caught up with the CEO of Intercaribbean, Mr. Trevor Sandler himself. Here's what he had to say.
The BVI Tourist Board is excited about the direct route to Punta Cana on Intercaribbean Airways as it
Sorry about that, viewers. We're going to go to the audio clip from Mr. Trevor Sandler.
Intercaribbean Airways is very pleased to now move forward with the launch of flights from Tortola to Punta Cana, creating a whole new wave of possible connections, uniting one-stop easy access from South America and additional new points from Europe, together with almost 40 points in the US and Canada that presently connect in Punta Cana. With the continued renewal of the British Virgin Islands product post the twin hurricanes, the ability to offer new services, new connecting points becomes very valuable, and Caribbean Airways has been serving the British Virgin Islands for the last 4+ years now. And in that time, you'll have seen, and certainly the citizens and residents of the British Virgin Islands will have enjoyed a renaissance in airfare reductions that came about as we entered the market. In many cases, as much as half of the prior price point. So we're very pleased to continue to support the BVI with new air service initiatives. We hope with the support of BVI Tourism in promoting these flights, particularly in Europe and in South America, will particularly offer great connective options for those especially who are interested in sailing. And if we look to South America, the three largest countries that have air service to Punta Cana being Brazil, Argentina, and Chile. Each of them have a coastline which has sailing as part of their DNA, and it gives those folks an opportunity to come and sail in the Caribbean, enjoy warmer waters, different scenery, and the scenery which is frankly unique to the BVI. Our initial services will connect Tortola with Punta Cana 2 times a week on a Wednesday and a Saturday. Punta Cana is set to open a pre-clearance facility which will allow travelers who may continue onward then to the US to actually pre-clear customs immigration in Punta Cana, arriving in the US as a domestic customer in effect. And this is particularly important as Miami is a very, very busy airport, and at times of day, the lines can be very, very long, so it becomes very refreshing to actually simply arrive as a domestic customer.
The CEO is super, super excited. Now, the BVI is just as excited about the new prospects, especially for the local tourism industry, Ron. Ms. Kenesha Sprov, the chairman of the BVI Tourist Board, shared her thoughts with us. Let's listen in.
The BVI Tourist Board is excited about the direct route to Punta Cana on Intercaribbean Airways as it provides opportunities for persons flying between the British Virgin Islands and the United States of America. Punta Cana is a U.S. pre-cleared route which will make traveling easier, especially for persons living on the West Coast. We are looking forward to the tourism opportunities that this route may present.
So great news there from
Indeed.
Intercaribbean Airways. Now, in addition to all of that, the BVI is also encouraged to come out and watch the most exciting paddleboard race in the BVI. That is this Saturday. The 14-mile download run from Trellis Bay to White Bay to Jos Van Dyke is open to any team. And of course, you can check out the Mini Painkiller Cup, which is a solo race with all paddlers competing together. So don't forget, this Saturday, starting at Trellis Bay, all compliments of Intercaribbean Airways. And of course, you can get registered at www.painkillers.com. Save the date, viewers.
That is some good stuff.
Yes. I know you're a big fan of Punta Cana.
How did you know, Joe?
Heard some things.
It's a beautiful place, and
It
I'm happy
is.
that our locals who want the opportunity to go on vacation and spend some time have that direct option. I think it's a great step in the right direction, and I look forward to more airlines coming on board and kind of stepping in and trying to really solidify their place, not only with the air traffic, but just really affording opportunities for tourism, because when you make it this easy, there's no reason why we can't travel
Why not?
and enjoy ourselves.
Absolutely.
And the same way we can go, they can come
They
to
can
us.
come. I
Yeah.
was just about to say it's equally an opportunity for them to come over.
Indeed.
And more importantly, Ron, a connecting hub, because Punta Cana connects to several
Yes.
countries in the USA, North America, South America, all across the world. So it's a great way for persons, even in those regions, to connect to the British Virgin Islands, of course, opening the avenues for BVI tourism. So it's a great move.
One of the things that you see very visible in instances like this is how much all stakeholders play a role. When it
Yes.
comes to tourism and the development of such, a lot of persons like to put the anus on the government or the
Absolutely.
BVI Tourist Board or those persons.
Single
but at the end of the
elements.
day, it is a community effort, and just like how the airlines can step up to the plate and make some adjustments and make some things happen, all stakeholders play a very vital role in this very key economic portion to our economy.
Absolutely, especially you are residents who should be hopping on board that flight and heading to the Dominican Republic. Viewers, still ahead, government to develop some 600 acres of Beef Island land, and the Department of Waste Management cleans up the territory. More news coming your way. Stick around.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year. Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life.
We will live well.
Viewers, welcome back. During the recently held 1st District report, Premier and 1st District Representative, the Honorable Andrew A. Foy, announced that plans are underway to develop more than 600 acres of land on Beef Island Airport. That is 600
Wow,
acres
that's a lot of land.
of land at Beef Island, Jovan. It's in its close proximity, of course, to the territory's main airport. He announced that the land is to be developed and it will be transferred from the BVI Airports Authority to the government of the Virgin Islands. While the Premier did not elaborate on plans for the area, he did say, and I quote, "We have to unleash the potential of the BVI. We have to wake up the sleeping giant." He said the move is necessary so that we can develop those lands, which will also provide additional income and opportunities for the territory. Now, Jovan, this is not the first time that the land at Beef Island has been rumored for development. However, it is the first time we see government taking on such a public stance. In years gone by, private developers have shown much interest in developing the property. We would all remember the highly controversial golf course development talks, which caused quite a stir, causing many locals to petition against the said development. While it is unclear as to what the plans are by Premier and his government, I have some ideas. A lot of persons within the community are feeling as though this perhaps may be an attempt at the airport development or hospitality development, whether it's a similar golf course or some area within the hospitality aspect that could see us bringing in a lot of revenue. But he has not stated exactly what it is, just a lot of speculation.
Well, speculations, hopefully that is the truth. In December, we welcomed the iconic Titan 318, and similarly another airline landed, which was of course the largest commercial airline to land in the BVI. And when we think again about the national layout for tourism in the BVI, like the Premier said, it's a sleeping giant.
Indeed.
You know, tourism has served as the crutch industry for many years compared to financial services, but now we recognize and see the importance of developing it to the fullest capacity. And if we are to tap into, really tap into it,
the expansion of the airport, it's a must,
Well, we speak about having an international airport, but as we all know, we're still unable to receive a certain magnitude of aircrafts. So with this being said, and of course, it's just rumored that this perhaps may be a step into that
we don't know that
direction.
for
We don't know that
sure.
for sure. However, we will be watching closely to see the developments.
And then you have to look at it overall too. It's not just about an airport expansion and welcoming more planes. It's our ability to house tourists of that magnitude. Do we have enough hotel
Which means
infrastructure?
all stakeholders have to step up.
Telecommunications, all aspects. We have to look at a holistic view of improving the sector and not just
Absolutely.
one aspect of it. Viewers, moving right along, coming out of the Department of Information and Public Relations, the manager for Department of Waste Management, Mr. Neville Allen, has said that the territory-wide cleanup undertaken in December saw the collection of tons of waste. The initiative was done from December 20th and was extended to December 28th to accommodate holiday cleanup efforts in the Virgin Islands. Bins were strategically placed in various communities, allowing the public easier access for the removal of bulky waste items such as furniture and building debris that are illegal to dump near communal bins. Mr. Allen said that the cleanup initiative takes place every year around Christmas. He, however, stated that the assistance of the community members is also necessary to keep the territory clean all year around. Mr. Neville Allen said, quote, I have been getting complaints from sanitation officers about the way persons dispose of garbage and the wrong concept persons have about the duty of these officers.
Indeed.
He said, it is the duty of each person to do their part to keep our surroundings clean and, of course, the BVI beautiful, end of quote. The public is reminded that once bins have been removed, dumping of bulky waste at these sites is illegal. Offenders caught dumping in those areas will be fined up to $500 and or 6 months imprisonment. Now, in addition to that, and just tying into the whole waste management strategy, Ron, our Health Minister, Honorable Carvin Malone, is enacting stiff penalties against derelicts in the territory. Speaking specifically to the Parkwood Pond site, he said, quote, we need to get the works done at this site so that we can clean up the Seacoast Bay, clean up Cox Heath, and clean up the Paraquita Bay, and then put a cleanup campaign in place for the entire territory. When we are done, we want to have the Waste Management Act passed so that we will have stiff penalties for anyone whose intent is to break the laws in terms of how they dispose their waste. Honorable Malone additionally is willing to pay $80 to any whistleblower. Of course, that's under his ministry, not him personally, but willing to pay any whistleblower viewers who reports instances of dumping $80. So for more information on the disposal of bulky waste, persons may contact the Department of Waste Management at 468-4934 or 468-4935. So
Very
great things
interesting.
there.
If you can't have a camera, you get yourself a snitch.
Oh my goodness.
Good move.
I like it though. I like that we're stamping down on this.
It's very important, and his clamp down on derelict vehicles and the littering of trash and all of that should be exercised throughout our territory because we have a lot of laws in place, but they're not always enforced.
Right,
so good
absolutely.
going for the minister. You can't get some cameras, you get yourself a snitch.
Love it. Viewers, still ahead, a private donor pledged to rebuild the Isabella Morris Primary School, and experts are fearing the worst as a volcano erupted in the Philippines. These and more when 284 News returns.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Brilliant Hands and Minds tutoring services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals. Viewers, welcome back. The highly ravish Isabella Morris Primary School in Carrot Bay, Tortola, which has not been functional since the hurricanes of 2017, is said to be on its way to being rebuilt as a donor has pledged, a silent donor that is, has pledged to rebuild the primary school. This announcement came by Premier and 1st District Representative the Honorable Andrew Foy recently at the 1st District report held over the weekend in Caploons Bay. Like many other schools across the territory, the Isabella Morris Primary School sustained extensive damage but has not been able to reopen due to the prioritizing of which schools are the most needed. Premier Foy said, and I quote, "I am proud that through the Minister of Education, and his efforts, that with God's help, a donor has come forward and committed to rebuilding the new Isabella Morris Primary School." He added, "This is good news for our education system, our teachers and students who will be the end users," he stated. Without disclosing, of course, who exactly the donor is, Foy said once repaired, the school would be equipped with modern technology. Now, Jovan, we would all remember the former Minister of Education making clear his plans to transform that Caribbean school from a primary school to a junior high school. At the time, community meetings were held within the 1st District, and residents seemed to be in favor of the idea. It is unclear as to whether or not that would still be considered under the Foy leadership, but no word on exactly when works will begin, but I think it's definitely a step in the right direction. When we look at education, we look at targeting and making sure all of our communities have access to it, just like how there are schools on the east, and of course there's schools on the western island as well. Isabella Morris is just one, but I know the residents and community members and students as well would be happy to see that school refurbished, rebuilt, and back up in action. So I want to thank, of course, the donor and see where this goes.
For many reasons, they would be happy. When you think about how far West End is from town and the inconvenience of having to travel, students would welcome the initiative of having the convenience of a school. And I mean, it's been years, 2017
and not only
to
that,
now.
there's something very special about these smaller schools.
Right.
When you take and look in comparison to schools like Althea Scatliff, Joyce Samuel, Enid Adams, Althea Scatliff, of course, being the larger of all the primary schools, we do see a significant difference in the way students learn and operate when it comes to a smaller school.
Right.
They might not do so well when it comes to sports and all that stuff, but academically, they tend to do very well just because they have a smaller, more comfortable environment to work from. So
a
this
more
is
intimate
great
environment
news.
as well.
Yes.
Very happy. And the possibility of a high school transformed into a high school, you said, or would it be a primary and high school?
No, turning the junior high school into the primary school into a junior high school. So you would actually have a junior high school on the western end of the island, which would be pretty incredible. It could also be considered for the east. Turning one of those schools into a junior high school. But when you look at the same way you talked about, transportation and persons not being able to access education and transportation, it would be really cool to have a junior high school perhaps on one of the ends of the island where there's East End or West End, and perhaps the senior one be in town. So it's something that we can definitely look forward to.
Absolutely.
And
when it comes to the donor, I mean, anonymous is a little, shaky, but we're very happy and thrilled that a donor has come forward to support this initiative.
And
so we're looking forward to that.
We've seen where community spirit has really solidified the position. Take a look at Enid Adams Primary School and Mr. Peter Haycraft and the great work that they did in bringing that school up. So good stuff.
Viewers, we're moving right along on the international scene. Things are not looking so good for the Philippines. There's a strong possibility of a major volcanic explosion within a few hours or possibly a few days. This began with an eruption of Volcano Tal, which gusted out volcano and ash, reportedly as high as 9 miles in the air. It occurred approximately 40 miles from the capital, Manila, and is prompting at least 500,000 persons to evacuate immediately. Now, currently, Tagaytay City is a ghost town. Though considered one of the world's smallest volcanoes, it is also one of the region's most active. It has 47 craters nestled in an island in the middle of a lake, and one of its most dangerous eruptions was in 1754. That lasted more than 6 months. Ash from the volcano is everywhere, and even without a major eruption, residents have already been hit hard. One resident, which is a farmer, said, quote, "The ash from the volcano traveled with the wind, and unfortunately it blew in our direction. It didn't just affect us physically, but also our livelihood. Our business had to close down. It will take a while to clean up, and I feel bad for the workers, especially those who rely on our business to support themselves." Now, some are attempting a cleanup in the Philippines, but the authorities are very clear that things could get much worse. They have warned of a hazardous explosion again in hours or days that could devastate the region, and experts are bracing for the worst, prompting an urgent effort by government officials and volunteers to evacuate at least 500,000 people from nearby areas. But this is proven to be very difficult, Ron, as you can imagine. Many residents are insisting on returning for their livestock as well as their crops. As of today, Tuesday, electricity was still out in Tagate, except for a few establishments with power generators. The eruptions and its aftermath, from ashfall to dozens of earthquakes, have affected about 200 restaurants, 170 hotels, and at least 6 major facilities. Local tourism officer Ms. Jolan Mendoza said visiting numbers have dropped by 70% from last month, and that is up to 100 tourism-related establishments have closed. Senator Francis Tolentino, a former mayor, said Tagate's tourism sector is connected with livelihoods in neighboring communities surrounding the lake, and the eruption affects everything from a substantial wedding industry to small business owners such as fruit vendors. He said, with no tourism, there is no Tagate. So, Ron, just devastating developments in the country of the Philippines. This happened on Sunday. It is considered a small eruption based on the magnitude of other volcanic eruptions. However, one of the strongest we've seen in the regions when it comes to the power of the site and the possibilities of what could happen. And as we can see, in 1754, they were devastated by a volcano that lasted 6 months. And again, you know, yesterday Kyle and I discussed Haiti. But Philippines sit on a similar scope when it comes to the poverty in that country. So it's just
it's unfortunate on all levels. But we see, Jovan, where human disasters, natural disasters, just continue to do what they have to do, and we have to do our best to be as prepared as possible. So we wish them all the best, and our thoughts and prayers are out there to the folks of the Philippines.
All right, viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to like us on Facebook at 284 Media and 284 BVI on Instagram as well as Twitter. And again, join us tomorrow on 284news.com, 284media.com. We'll be right there. I'm Javon Wilson.
And I'm Ron Grant. We'll see you again tomorrow as we deliver your daily dose of local, regional, and international content. 284 News, your source for honest and impartial news. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Have a beautiful evening.
When you need to stay connected with friends and families at home or abroad, the best choice for you is Freedom. CCT Freedom. With the lowest rates in the market, our Freedom plan gives you unlimited calls and texting. Plus, our Freedom One package includes 10 gigabits of super fast, unlimited LTE data and unlimited calls to the BVI, USA, USVI, Canada, Puerto Rico, and UK lines. Why pay for overages when you can enjoy CCT Freedom? Stop by at one of our stores today and speak with one of our representatives to find out more about our CCT Freedom packages.
It's been said, sticks and stones may break bones, but words don't hurt me. That could not be further from the truth. Everything you say and do creates an impact. Whether you're 13 or 30, 6 or 60, your actions and words carry weight. They either lift someone up or tear them down. 1 in 5 students ages 12 to 18 has been bullied during the school year. Approximately 160 teens have skipped school because of bullying. The most commonly reported types of bullying are verbal harassment, social harassment, physical bullying, and cyberbullying. Remember, everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about, and bullying is never okay, whether it's in a classroom or corporation. 284 Media joins the Ministry of Education of the Government of the Virgin Islands in the fight against